That's why you're supposed to tie the blind down first. Yeah. Good. Alrighty, this wind is awesome. I love it. All right. You got to adapt and overcome. So what we're doing here is tying this blind to a rock I just drug over here to help anchor it. And you can see I've got it anchored in 2 different locations. So I'm gonna probably do that all the way around. This could be a killer. I'm excited. All right, I got all my stuff in the blind. I'm gonna go move the truck back about half a mile. Come walking back here. Smoked him. Oh, that's how you start off the new year. Holy smokes, is that how you start off the new year? Or is that how you start off the new year? Give me some action on that. That's the biggest buck I've shot in New Mexico. Yeah, I missed that buck earlier. That buck came in earlier, and I was shaking, I was excited. And I hit the top of the blind, bam, and my arrow went right over him. And I was going, no, no, no. That's not a good way to start off the New Year's. Not a good way to start off the New Year's. I can't believe it. I was kicking myself all day, all morning. It's 12:45. I was like, oh, I can't believe that. I was thinking, I was even mad at my bow. I was like, why did you hit the blind? Why did you do that to me? My new white buffalo. Why? And then I look up and I'm like, oh, here comes a buck, here comes a buck. I'm dabbing, I'm going, here comes a buck, here comes a buck. And Knucklehead goes, are you joking me? And I'm like, I don't joke about hunting. There's a buck 10 yards. And he heard us talking and he sneaks around. And I'm like, no. He jumps the fence, goes toward the other water where I had Matt put the flags around to try and keep him going over there. He jumps back over the fence. He starts walking right toward us. And my heart's coming out of my chest. I heard you swallow. I could hear you swallow. And the deer, it's dead quiet. Listen to it. It's so quiet. It is so quiet out there right now. You could hear a pin drop. And I was like, okay, that other buck took the string. It's about a 18-yard shot. You can smoke this deer, you know you can. And he drank for a minute, quarter into us. Were you nervous he was gonna go? I was like, oh, he's out of here. He's gonna go out of here. This big buck is gonna turn and leave. Here it is, New Year's Day, January 1st. I missed a buck, and here this monster's gonna leave. And I'm shaking, and he turned, and I picked up my bow. Oh, that's what I love about a recurve. I could not have made that shot with a compound. It's too quiet. Couldn't have drawn, could not have done it. I'm literally drawn back an inch at a time. Doop, 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 come all the way back to full draw. I anchor. As soon as I anchor, I let it rip. He was right there. It looked like it hit perfect in the chest. It angled. It came out a little bit, probably mid-body maybe, but there was tons of blood already. We're going to give him a few minutes. I am so stoked to go see that deer. That's a big deer for this area of New Mexico. That's a beautiful buck, and I am friggin' jacked. Oh, yes. Look at that. That's what I'm talking about. You can see I stuck the Ameristep right there in a big patch of cholla last night. That buck, look at that. Right there. You can see the blind right there. Look at that. Okay. He took off. There's blood right here already. Look at that. Blood right here already. Right where it hit him. He took off and he looped around this way. And I lost, did you see him after he went over here? So I lost sight of him up here. There's some more hair. Look at that coming out. There's my arrow. I just want to check it. That was a good shot. There's blood here. He can't have gone too far. He's right here. He's right there. He's down. He's down. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that beautiful buck. Look at that deer. Look at the blood coming out his nose, indicative of a good double lung shot. Look at that. Holy smokes. That's the entrance hole, isn't it? Yeah, we were turned that way. That's the entrance hole. That's the entrance hole right there. It'll be interesting to see if he ducked it at all. And it blew through and was angling out. Oh, it was angling out right back here. So you can see it hit here, angled through, and came out at the back of the ribs right there. Look at that beautiful deer. And I'll tell you what, for New Mexico, that is a gorgeous, gorgeous buck, especially for this area that we're hunting. He's a beautiful 5x5. He's got deep forks. 1, 2, 3, 4. He's got, check out this little kicker. Got a little kicker kind of thing going on right here. 5 on one side. And he's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on the other side. What a beautiful deer that is. Look at that buck. That is absolutely a beautiful New Mexico mule deer on New Year's Day, January 1st, 2011. That's the way I like to start off the new year, right there with a good lung shot on a beautiful New Mexico mule deer. Look at that buck. All right, well, we just got back from looking at my beautiful buck, but one of the things I want to show you is how I hunt out of a pop-up blind. And the key is you've got to leave all your windows in back of you up. I'll peek out a lot like this. I'll just barely crack it. And that's usually all I'm doing. I mean, I'll take a finger and I'll crack it a 1/4 inch, a 1/2 inch, and I'll kind of peek around. And then I'll even take that little bitty crack and push it back up. The reason is, if you've got a crack or an opening, let's say this was down like this, then the problem is you can get silhouetted between the front opening and this, and an animal can pick you out just like that. So if you don't have this black background, then you're doing yourself a disservice when you're hunting out of a blind.
So some blinds even advertise that, you know, oh, it's a, you know, you've got a full round view, you can see everywhere, and that's true, you can, but when you set up to hunt, you don't want to have the screens down or the windows open all the way around, because then you're increasing your odds of getting busted. So make sure you hunt with all these windows up. Now, just before we go load this deer in the truck, one thing I want to show you is the difference. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to have him get out with the camera and shoot in with it like this with a black background, and then I'll crack this screen so you can see what it looks like then. Okay, now what we're going to do is show you the difference here. This is with the back up. Now if I just make a 4-inch to 8-inch gap right here, and then I move into it, look at the difference in the silhouette. So of course the animal can see that. Or if I tried to lift my bow up to shoot, instantly I'm silhouetted behind this little crack, and you can see it's just the width of my hand. We're only talking about 7 inches by 9.5 inches. That's all that is, but that's enough for that deer to catch you. So even this with a sharp deer is enough for him to catch you. So the best way to go is go all the way up. Hey, good luck when you're hunting. I just wanted to show you that tip, and it certainly helps me shoot more animals out of a ground blind.